I forgot to mention, it's also got a public hearing, so it's two spots at the beginning.
I've had like 4 different things in the last month.
So this one,
I didn't expect to spend today, but I figured $500,000 each other. So when something goes out, I was expecting somebody on this wire, somebody on something.
All right, we'll get the public hearing started. First public hearing on resolution number 23-57 relates to item 9.4, a resolution to annex and approve the plan of services for a portion of the tax map 88, parcel 33.07, located off of Estes Lane and Treatment Plant Road. into the City of Columbia, Ward 2. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing? Second? Thank you. Do we have anybody from the audience that'd like to speak on this first public hearing? We have anybody at City Council would like to speak? Seeing none, I now have a motion to close the public hearing. Second? Y'all have that? All right, ready. Next public hearing, number 2. Oh, we got to vote. I'm sorry. Thank you. Passed. Next, public hearing number 2, public hearing ordinance number 4473 relates to item 10.1, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee, by rezoning 1205 East End Street, located at tax map 99, parcel 59.04, from CD3L, Neighborhood Large Lot Character District, to CD4, General Urban Character District, Ward 5. A motion to open this public hearing. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Anybody from the audience would like to speak on this one? Anybody from City Council? Vote, please. Oh, okay. Oh, we need to have a motion to close the public hearing. Second. Now we have our vote. I'm getting the flow of this. All right, next public hearing number 3, public hearing on ordinance number 4475 relates to item 10.2, an ordinance to amend ordinance 44, the same being the zoning ordinance to the City of Columbia, Tennessee, by rezoning multiple properties within the Carriage Hill subdivision located off of Carrs Creek Pike from CD3 Neighborhood Character District to CD3L Neighborhood Large Light Character District, Ward 5. A motion to open this public hearing. We have a motion and a second. Anybody from the audience like to speak? Anybody from City Council? We have a motion to close this public hearing. You have it? All right, vote please. Passes 5-0. All right, now we'll start our regular meeting. Close the public hearings. I thank everybody for being here tonight. We're a little slim up here, but we'll get through it. Don't worry about it. If we do go through some of the items fast, we do have study sessions on last Thursday that kind of helps us go ahead and speak about it, and we'll get our information at that time. So we're ready to call the order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Coleman.
Here.
Mr. Green.
Here.
Ms. Hardison. Here. Mr. Marshall.
Here.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Here. We have quorum. Thank y'all. All right, first up on the agenda would be invocation by Tanya Mason of Bethel Chapel AME Church. We will rise, if you can, stand, and then afterwards we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance led by Kenny Marshall. Yes, ma'am, right here. I'm sorry.
Let us pray. Eternal, all-wise, and omnipotent God, we come before you this evening invoking your presence and power in this space. In every place, meetings adjourn both officially and unofficially. For where your spirit dwells, liberty shall follow. God, I thank you for these men and women who sacrifice their time and well-being to be good stewards to the City of Columbia. May they not grow weary in well-doing. Grant them opportunities to see the fruit of their labor. Bless them with all they need in order to do what is required of them. And grant these your servants a good measure of health and success. God, let your love for all creation fill the hearts and minds of the men and women who must make these life decisions for a city they each love. Give them impartiality to seek the collective good of all people. Bind hearts and give oneness of mind, reaching across political lines and all that divides, so the love of Christ shines forth. In Micah 6:8, you said what is required of us is to act justly, love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. You command us to love our neighbor as ourselves. You admonish us to care for the less fortunate and to be a voice for those who have been silenced. Let this be the blueprint for all that is said and done, so this council may have favor with you and with man. Give them boldness to speak truth to power, confidence to let their no be no and yes be yes, and peace to place on hold the matters that require additional prayer and wise counsel. Lord, make their work light and not burdensome. Remove any heaviness and grant them a space to cast all their cares upon you, because you care for us and have promised to never leave us nor forsake us. Lord, continue to give the people of Columbia compassion for our leaders. Help us to rally behind them when they are making just decisions, so they know they have more who are for them than are against them, and people who are praying on their behalf. And let us speak when things seem unjust and unrighteous, with words of peace and hands of collaboration. Help us to work together with those who labor amongst us, so Columbia is known as a place where all are welcome and valued, a place where families and businesses thrive, and unity is the order of the day. In all things, Lord, we pray your will be done in the city of Columbia and in the world. Lastly, in your never-ending grace and mercy, I ask you to bless our mayor, Chaz Motor, our vice mayor, Randy McBroom, this council, city staff, and all those who work to make this place we call home such a wonderful city. Bless this beloved community and all who are and will be connected to it through business or personal matters. Grant us these things, I pray, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much for the invitation. All right, we approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second. Vote, please. Thank you. Passed. Presentations. We were going to have a presentation from Habitat for Humanity, but it has been postponed till a later date. And we'll go on up to organizational business. Approval of the minutes of August 10th, 2023 council regular meeting. Have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Second. Vote, please. Pass. Next, approve the retirement benefits per Reading Traffic Maintenance Tech 2, Public Works Department. Vote, please. Next, 6.3, approve the retirement benefits for Kimberly Elliott, Administrative Assistant, Wastewater Department. A motion? Second?
Second.
Vote, please. Election of Ernie Allen Jr. to the Board of Directors of the Industrial Development Board and the Health Educational Housing Facility Board to fill an unexpired term ending on November 14th, 2023.
So moved.
Discussion? None. Vote, please. Approve the mayor's appointment of Lori Fisher to the City of Columbia Historical Zoning Commission to fill an unexpired term that ends on January 14th, 2026.
So, a second.
Discussion. I'll just, as I said in study session, Lori Fisher is going to be a great asset to the city. She already works well with us, and she's going to be a really nice asset for us. Vote. All right, next, 6.6, council appointment of members to the Construction Board of Adjustment and Appeals. What this is a board that we've had for if it goes through the due process, and if anybody has a question on the what our city official says, Travis Neese, then they do have a way that they can appeal this decision. And the board has kind of almost been forgotten, but we have to get it back up to what the state says, and we do need this board. So the mayor has come up with a list, and he wants me to ask for this approval. Christine Newton, James Sloan, Jordan Simpson, Montre Osborne, and Noah Burchell. And I know most of these people, and they would be a good asset for us. So if anybody has any, do we have a motion? Second. All right. Do anybody want to discuss it?
Just,
Go ahead.
Assistant City Manager, can you speak to this a little bit?
Yeah, Councilman Coleman, the mayor had engaged Travis Neese in order to get the names that are on this list, and Travis Neese recommends each one of these individuals. Having worked with them, they're all have worked for years in their industry, and they're committed to the community.
And can we share a little bit about the responsibilities of this board?
I know, I tell you, it's an appeals board, as the vice mayor said. They've only met a couple times in the last 2 decades, my understanding. But as we are required under law, we have to provide due process in cases where someone wants to appeal a decision made by any city board or commission. And this board, their sole purpose is to serve as that appeal board when staff makes a decision in enforcing the city's building codes, which we adopt ICC building codes. When there's an appeal made in regard to those codes, that's the board that hears that appeal. And I think the vice mayor served on the board for much of the last 20 years. Vice mayor.
I can give you an example. One time we met, like he said, only twice in 20 years. A bathroom stall was only 29 and a half inches, and it has to be 30. So they came to the board. We voted for the variance on it. So, that shows you our department does their job. They're not going to let anything slide by. But so it's very minor stuff. Most of the time it's just something simple. It's just an inch here or something there. Travis Neese does a great job on that.
Okay, great. Thank you for that explanation.
Okay. Next, we'll go up to the consent items. Oh, we have to vote. I'm sorry. Vote. Pass 5-0. Next, we'll go to consent items, and I'll read all the consent items, and then we'll vote. Then we'll discuss any of them that y'all would like to discuss, or then we'll vote them as all at one time. All right. 7.1, approved distribution for the month of July 2023 in the amount of $7,759,349.72. Approved and authorized disposal of surplus equipment. Approved certification of official designated as signatures at the city banking institution. Approved and authorized the mayor to execute an 84-month lease agreement with William S. Hargrove for the lease of property to be utilized as a firing range in the amount of $13,200 for 23-24 year. Approved and 7.5, approved and authorized the sole source procurement for Thermo Scientific First Defender RMX unit in the amount of $53,550 for the Fire and Rescue Emergency Management Division. 7.6, approved and authorized the mayor to sign a contract between the City of Columbia and Trailhead Media in the amount of $9,750 for digital billboard advertising on northbound Interstate 65. Approved. 7.7, approved and authorized the mayor to sign a contract between the City of Columbia and Lamar Advertising in the amount of $12,000 for the digital billboard advertising in the Nashville and Middle Tennessee area. 7.8, approved and authorized the mayor to sign a contract between the City of Columbia and Prenelli Communications in the amount of $2,545 for advertising the new residence guide. 7.9, approved and authorized the mayor to sign agreement number 230183 with the State of Tennessee Department of Transportation, TDOT, for the bridge replacement at North James M. Campbell Boulevard over Tennessee Southern Railroad, PN 124542, state project number 60 HP B1-S3-006. 7.10, approve a surety release in the amount of $160,800 to Track West Partners, LLC, for 610 South James M. Campbell Boulevard in the City of Columbia, Tennessee, Ward 4. 7.11, approve a surety release in the amount of $20,000 to Honey Farms Management LLC for the completion of paving for the Honey Farms Development Phase 2, Section 1A in the City of Columbia, Tennessee, Ward 5. 7.12, approve a surety release in the amount of $40,000 to the Honey Farm Management LLC for completion of paving for the Honey Farm Development Phase 2, Section 2 in the City of Columbia, Tennessee, Ward 5. 7.3, approve and authorize the mayor to execute a 3-year agreement between the City of Columbia Environmental Systems Research Institute for access to licensed software in the amount of $39,700, annual subscription rate citywide. 7.14, approve and authorize the mayor to sign amendment number 1, revised for the professional services with Grissom Smith Partners for the Nashville Highway and Bear Creek Pike Intersection Project, Ward 5. Approve 7.15, approve the purchase from Waypoint of network communications equipment per the MIS replacement schedule in the amount of $264,788.61 utilizing the state contracts. 7.16, approve and authorize the mayor to execute change order number 1 to contract number 1222-C3 with Path Company LLC in the amount of $221,908.
Move for approval.
Any more discussion on anything? I think we went over it all Thursday. Vote, please. Our next, we'll go to administration. 8.1, approve the contractual agreement between the City of Columbia and Murray County Senior Citizen Center in the amount of $38,000. Discussion? Vote, please. Pass. 8.2, approve the contractual agreement between the City of Columbia and Murray County Regional Airport Authority in the amount of $10,000.
Move for approval.
We have approval and second. Discussion? Vote, please. 8.3, approve, pass. 8.3, approve the contractual agreement between the City of Columbia and Keep Murray Beautiful in the amount of $8,000.
Move for approval.
Discussion? Vote. Pass. 8.4, approve the contractual agreement between the City of Columbia and Tennessee Rehabilitation Center at the Columbia in the amount of $17,000.
Second.
Any more discussion? Vote, please. Pass. 8.5, approve the contractual agreement for the Economic Development Service between the City of Columbia and Murray County Chamber and Economic Alliance in the amount of $100,000.
Move for approval.
We have an approval and second. Any more discussion? Vote, please. Pass. All right, next on the agenda, resolutions. 9.1, Resolution 23-50, a resolution to ratify authorization of City of Columbia to apply for the State of Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation Water Infrastructure Investment Program in amount not to exceed $4,819,505.99.
Move for approval.
Any discussion on it? We covered it enough Thursday? Okay, thank y'all. Vote, please. Pass. 9.2, resolution number 23-55, a resolution to accept ownership and maintenance of sewer improvements serving the Trotwood Avenue Development, Ward 1.
Move for approval.
Have approval and second. Discussion? Vote. Please. All right, 9.3, resolution number 2356, a resolution to accept a donation of 8 pickleball paddles and 6 balls with a combined value of $170 from Selkirk Sports to be used by the Columbia Fire Department Rescue. Motion second, discussion. Vote, please. Resolution 9.4, resolution number 2357, a resolution to annex and approve a plan of services for a portion of tax map 88, parcel 33.07, located off Estes Lane and a treatment plant road into the city of Columbia, Tennessee, Ward 2. Approve, second, discussion. Roll call, please. 9.5, resolution number 2358, tax corrections. Have approval and second, discussion. None, vote please. Nine point seven, I'll skip that. Yeah, 9.6, resolution number 2359, a resolution to accept the ownership and maintenance of sewer improvements serving an industrial park pump station at Force Main, Merson. Approval and second. Any more discussion? None. Vote please. 9.7, resolution number 2360 through 2369. Resolution authorizing appropriation for financial aid to nonprofit organizations whose services benefit the general welfare of the residents of the City of Columbia in accordance with the TCA Section 6-54-111.
Move for approval.
All right, but I have to read these off. Let me read these right quick, and then we'll have any discussions after. Is that right? Thank you. All right, resolution number 23-6, authorizing appropriation of $1,000 to Crime Stoppers of Maury County to help fund general operations for Crime Stoppers of Maury County Incorporated. Resolution number 2361, authorize appropriation of $3,000 to the James K. Polk Memorial Association to promote tourism, educational activities, support general operations and services. Resolutions 23-22, authorize appropriation of $10,000 to the Boys and Girls Club, Maury County, to support general operations services. Resolutions 2363, authorizing appropriation of $5,550 to the South Central Human Resource Agency to support general operations services. Resolution number 2364, authorizing appropriation of $5,000 to the Family Center to support general operations services. Resolution 2365, authorizing appropriation of $5,000 to Center of Hope to support general operations services. Resolution number 2366, authorizing appropriation of $3,000 to the Columbia Cares to support agency's operational expenses and services. Resolution number 2367, authorizing appropriation of $25,000 to the Columbia State Community Colleges for the Southern Regional Technology Center building, year 2 of 4. Resolution 2368, authorize appropriation of $5,000 to Kids Place to support general operations services. Resolution 2369, authorizing appropriation of $5,000 to Maury County Harvest Share Food Pantry to support general operations services. That are the ones that we are, the resolutions that we authorize for the nonprofits. Any discussion on them?
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
I just want to point out how glad I am to see this. I think that something that was an eye opener for me several years back when I realized how much nonprofits take care of, not only just in general across America, but specifically the ones that are here. I'm very proud and very excited to be able to support these organizations. And I want to encourage our crowd here to seek out these organizations and help them with their community-based missions, because they're very important. And the reason that we're able to keep taxes low, but keep our quality of life high, is because these nonprofits are doing the work that they're doing. I just wanted to say that before we voted on this.
Thank you. I have to agree with Councilman Coleman. We went to Murray Alliance's breakfast coffee yesterday, and they had 4 new members of nonprofit, and they're coming into town and they're doing a great job. I appreciate it. All right, we have a vote. Passes 5-0. 9.8, Resolution 2370. A resolution to accept ownership and maintenance of sewer improvements serving the Honey Lakes Townhomes, Ward 2. We have approval and second. Any discussion? Vote, please. Passes. 9.9, Resolution number 2371, a resolution to authorize the City of Columbia to apply for the Department of Energy, Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program in the amount of not to exceed $76,480.
Move to approve.
Approval and second. Discussion. Vote, please. Passes. All right, now we'll go to our ordinances. 10.1, second consideration ordinance number 4473, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, zoning Tennessee by rezoning 1205 East End Street located at tax map 99 parcel 59.04 from CDL neighborhood large lot character to CD4 general urban character district, Ward 3. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call. Vote, please. Same roll call. All right. 10.2, second consideration of the ordinance number 4474 as amended, an ordinance to amend the ordinance number 4400, same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee by rezoning multiple properties within the Carriage Hill subdivision located off of Carters Creek Pike from CD3 Neighborhood Character District to CD3L Neighborhood Large Lot Character District, Ward 5.
Move for approval.
Our discussion, we have one person that has signed up to speak. Ms. Stevenson, would you like to? I hate to have to say it, name, and you got 3 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, Vice Mayor, members of the council. Earlier today, this morning, I believe, before I left for Nashville, I sent you some pages. I outlined 2 sets of bullet highlights just to kind of highlight everything that's been discussed in the previous meetings regarding this agenda item. I don't want to rehash that. I hope you all had a chance to take a look at it. The bottom line is there are certain findings in the zoning ordinance that you have to use to make this decision. And again, I would like to thank you all for approving first consideration and for the mayor for his support. I know he couldn't be with us this evening. So we're again going to ask you to support this rezoning. I became a duly elected member of the City Council for the City of Columbia, and I solemnly swore that I would support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Tennessee, the Municipal Charter, and the ordinances of the City of Columbia. I then went and took the oath for 2 more terms after that on the County Commission. So all of us swore to support the ordinances, which are laws of the City of Columbia, including our zoning ordinance. That's it. If you cannot justify, or excuse me, if you have to base your decision on these findings that are outlined in the Planning Commission, and every case is a case-by-case basis, and you have to weigh the different factors and variables that make each case separate and distinct. You can't base your decision on subjection, on conjecture, speculation, excuse me, or hypotheticals. So the probability of this scenario being replicated or becoming a precedent is virtually impossible. An isolated occurrence like this is not precedent-setting, nor is it one of the findings that you have to consider to make this decision. So in closing, in order for you to justify a decision against this, you would have to cite specifically how the rezoning request is in violation or not compliant with the specific findings and the criteria in the zoning ordinance. Otherwise, if you cannot legitimately cite a documented conflict concern, complaint, violation, or finding of noncompliance, you really have no valid reason to deny this rezoning. I think we've said, all of us have said all there is to say and pointed out all the important points. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Y'all have anything from Stevens yet? Thank you, Ms. Stevens.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we've already talked, the last meeting, we talked about it from every angle we could have. Do y'all have, anybody else have any more to say yet or need to say? I think we covered it last time. We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion on it? Have a vote, please. Pass 4-1. Thank y'all. Next on the agenda, where am I? 10.3, first consideration ordinance number 4476, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2023 to 2024 budget ordinance number 4464, providing for the revisions to the general state street and sanitation capital project wastewater funds, and established the date of October 12th, 2023 as the date of public hearing.
Move for approval.
We have approval in a second. Any more discussion? Vote, please. Pass 5-0. 10.4. That's not, let's skip. First consideration ordinance number 4477, ordinance to amend Title 18, Chapter 2, Sections 18208 at 18209 of the Columbia Municipal Code by adding a paragraph to Title 18, Chapter 2, Section 18208, and by deleting Title 18, Chapter 2, Section 18209F in its entirety and replacing such section with new Title 18, Chapter 2, Section 18209 5F, and establish the date of October 12, 2023 as the date of public hearing. Yes.
I just want to see if Mr. Assistant City Manager would be able to speak to or call up someone to humanize this agenda item for us.
Mr. Boshier.
Yeah, thank you, Councilman. If I could, Donnie Bushiers. Donnie, could you come up and speak to this item?
You better talk a long time.
Vice Mayor, other members of the council, did I hear you say humanize it?
Humanize it.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's ordinance 4477. This is in regards to our septic hauler fees. Am I talking too loud? Of course, we have about 19 licensed haulers that bring the material to the wastewater treatment plant. Over the years, we have been in contact with a Mr. Brett Ward, who just recently retired from MTAS, and he has told us numerous times that our hauler fees for those guys are too low. So we raised them, I think it's about 3 years ago. I'd have to look for sure, but it's about 3 years ago we raised them slightly. And he said that was okay, but not enough. If we weren't getting at least $100 a dump, then we were losing money on it. Basically, subsidizing those waste haulers, because what they bring us is all solids. They pump them from septic systems. We do not take fats, oils, and grease from restaurants or anything like that. So what they bring us is 98%, excuse me, solids. So we are increasing our hauler fees from inside the city, outside the city, and outside the county. That's what this ordinance is.
Great. Great. Well, thank you for your work on this.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions for Mr. Shears? I didn't ever got a motion. Second. No more discussion. Vote, please. Passes 5-0. Next on the 10.5, first consideration ordinance number 4478, an ordinance to add Title 18, Chapter 1, Section 106 of the Columbia Municipal Code pertaining to sewer and establish the date of October 12, 2023 as the date of public hearing.
Second.
Do y'all want any discussion on that? Do y'all remember what it was about the grinder pumps? We good? All right. No, we got to move. We have a motion and a second. No more discussion. Vote, please. First consideration of ordinance number 4479, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the City of Columbia, Tennessee, by revising the Arden Village PUD master plan at tax map 51, parcel 2, and 2.05 located off Nashville Highway, Arden Village Drive, and establish the date of October 12, 2023 as the date of public hearing, Ward 5.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. More discussion? Vote, please. Pass 5-0. 10.7, first consideration of ordinance number 4480, an ordinance to abandon the right-of-way located at 201 East 6th Street and authorize the conveyance thus of such property to Murray County, Tennessee.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. That is the right-of-way for the new archives building, correct?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Any more discussion? Vote, please. All right, 10.8, first consideration of ordinance number 4481, an ordinance to amend Title 7 of the Columbia Municipal Code by adding Chapter 7, Section 701, enacting training fees upon the outside entities utilizing the Columbia Fire Academy.
Move to approve.
Second.
I think we need to. Chief Cobb, you want Chief Cobb? Just go up so the public can know.
Chief, I'm going to come up and tell the council a little bit about the training center and the fees that have been proposed.
Really just a quick version of, so the public can know what we're doing.
Yes, sir. This is where we're hosting our own fire training recruit academy, not only for our employees that we hire, but surrounding departments in the southern middle Tennessee region where we make it more of a regional concept. So these fees will help us recoup our cost. We're not trying to make money, but we're trying to just recoup what we have in the program, 10-week academy.
Thank you, Chief.
Yep. Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Vote, please. Passes 5-0. We don't have any other business, no more executive session, but before we adjourn, I want to do the upcoming events. We have a dedication to City of Columbia Historical Marker for Farm Bureau on September 18th at 1 o'clock. Employee Service Award Dinner is September 19th at 6 o'clock at Puckett. The Elected Officials Picnic, September 25th, 2023, is at the Rotary Shelter at 5 o'clock. And the 9th Annual Community Cookout that the Police Department puts on, September 26th at Riverwalk. They're going to have the Dr. Krista Martin signage unveiling at Fairview Community Center on September 27th at 4 o'clock. And then we also have our Fall Fest coming up on September 30th from 3 to 7 o'clock downtown. We have a lot coming on with the city. The city does a great job on any of these events. It's always very well run. Attend if you can. And there's a lot of stuff going in the city this time of year. Do I have a motion to adjourn? We have a motion and a second. Do the roll call on this one, please.
Mr. Coleman. Mr. Green.
Aye.
Ms. Hardison. Mr. Marshall.
Aye.
Vice Mayor McBroom.
Thank you. Passes. I appreciate y'all bearing with me. I have a newfound appreciation for Chaz and the way he can read.